Imagine a world where pink Cadillacs, glamour, and dreams of financial freedom collided. Mary Kay Ash, a visionary businesswoman, set out to create such a world. But beneath the glossy exterior lay a story of ambition, controversy, and unforeseen challenges. In this video, I will take you on a roller coaster ride through the soaring success and controversies of Mary Kay, the company that promised women the chance to have it all. So grab your makeup brushes and buckle up, because this is the rise and fall of Mary Kay. In the 1960s, a period when many women were starting to explore opportunities beyond traditional roles as wives and mothers, Mary Kay Ash established a business empire. This was the same era when Betty Friedan's influential book, The Feminine Mystique, shed light on women's discontent with being confined to homemaking. In 1963, Mary Kay Ash founded her company with a mission to empower women. Unlike the conventional path of a suburban homemaker, Ash had been a diligent worker from a young age. She possessed a strong work ethic and a competitive spirit. Throughout her career, Ash was disheartened by the gender pay gap, where male colleagues earned more for the same work, and the limitations women faced in advancing within some companies due to their gender. Shortly after retiring from her 25-year sales career in 1963, Ash embarked on a venture that opened up abundant job opportunities for women. Mary Kay Cosmetics addressed the concerns of women who desired both the flexibility of working from home and the opportunity to work outside of it. The company provided women who were familiar with the workplace a chance to achieve as much success as they aspired to. For wives and mothers, Mary Kay Cosmetics offered the opportunity to strike a balance between family responsibilities and the fulfillment of earning an income. Mary Kay Wagner's birth on May 12th to Edward Alexander and Lula Vember Wagner in Hot Wells, Texas, is an established fact. However, as she became more famous, she chose to keep the exact year of her birth a well-kept secret. She adhered to the prevailing custom of that era, which emphasized that a lady never discloses her age. Multiple sources have offered varying guesses, with some suggesting her birth year could have been as early as 1916 or as late as 1918. During her youth, Ash displayed a strong work ethic. Her mother, who worked tirelessly managing a restaurant for 14-hour days, entrusted young Ash with significant responsibilities. At just 6 years old, Ash assumed the duties of attending school, maintaining the household, preparing meals, and caring for her ailing father, who had contracted tuberculosis and was unable to care for himself. Despite the physical distance between them on some days, with Ash's mother often being away due to work, she provided unwavering encouragement to her daughter. Even when their only connection was through telephone conversations, Ash clung to her mother's words. "You can do it," her mother would affirm, and Ash held steadfast in her belief, discovering that her mother's encouragement was indeed accurate. Her words became the guiding principle of my childhood, Ash recalled in her book, Female First in Their Fields, Business and Industry. These words remained with her throughout her life. Ash found her mother's resilience and inspiration so profound that she adopted her mother's saying as the motto for Mary Kay Cosmetics, emphasizing the enduring impact of her mother's empowering words. Ash displayed remarkable academic prowess, achieving top grades in school and emerging victorious in various contests, including debates, public speaking, and typing competitions. She completed her high school education a year ahead of schedule, nurturing aspirations of pursuing a medical career. Regrettably, due to financial constraints within her family, she couldn't afford the tuition fees for college. Consequently, she opted for marriage instead. Ash wed her first husband, J. Ben Rogers, and in due course they became parents to 3 children. As a young wife and mother, Ash harbored an ambition that extended beyond domestic life. She initiated part-time employment in the sales field, commencing with door-to-door sales of books in the late 1930s. By 1939, she had assumed the role of a sales representative for Stanley Home Products, a direct sales company specializing in items like brooms, toothbrushes, and various household products. The choice was rather unconventional for the era, as American society placed significant emphasis on traditional family roles. During this period, many women remained homemakers, supporting their husbands even before the arrival of children. However, Ash's circumstances took a unique turn when her husband enlisted in the military as the United States became embroiled in World War II. Upon Roger's return from military duty in 1943, the couple decided to part ways through divorce. Ash found herself in the position of raising her 3 children as a single mother during a time when divorce and single motherhood were relatively rare occurrences. Although Ash had briefly enrolled in some classes at the University of Houston in 1942, she made the decision to discontinue her education after just a year to fully commit to her career in sales. To enhance her sales acumen, Ash attended a sales convention hosted by Stanley Home Products. During this event, she witnessed the crowning of the highest performing sales representative as the Queen of Sales, and the individual received a prestigious alligator purse as an award. This experience motivated Ash, leading her to set a personal goal of winning this coveted prize in the following year. In her pursuit, Ash adopted a disciplined approach by inscribing her weekly objectives on her bathroom mirror using soap and scheduling 3 or more home demonstrations each day. Her dedication paid off, as she earned the distinction of being Stanley Home Products' top salesperson in the subsequent year. However, she was somewhat disappointed to receive a fisherman's underwater flashlight as her prize. Nonetheless, Ash persevered and continued to excel in her role at Stanley Home Products, eventually ascending to a managerial position. In 1952, Ash secured a position with World Gift Company, a provider of home decorations. Her dedication and capabilities were swiftly recognized, leading to her promotion as the manager of the company's Houston operations and subsequently as the national training director. In 1960, Ash entered into her second marriage, but she remained committed to her professional career. Throughout her journey in the workforce, Ash grappled with the inequities of earning less than her male counterparts and experiencing the dismissal of her ideas due to her gender. By 1963, the frustration stemming from these unjust practices had reached its zenith. During that year, she was reassigned to a less significant role, and a man she had personally trained was promoted above her, drawing a salary twice as large as hers. That would piss me off, to be honest. This exasperating turn of events led Ash to make the decision to leave her position at World Gift Company, retiring from her career. I mean, good for her, like standing her ground. For Ash, retirement did not signify a period of leisure and relaxation. With a wealth of 25 years worth of experience in sales and management, she made the decision to author a book aimed at assisting women in navigating the business world. While outlining her book ideas, Ash came to a profound realization. She had the groundwork for creating a different kind of business. Guided by her deep religious beliefs, Ash envisioned her dream company based on the principle of the golden rule found in Matthew 7:12 of the Bible, which states, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." As she dived deeper into her writing, Ash began to comprehend that she could indeed establish such a company. The missing piece was identifying a product to sell, preferably something consumable that could be reordered. In earlier years, during Ash's tenure with Stanley Home Products, she had the opportunity to meet Ova Health Spoonmore, who happened to be the daughter of a skilled leather tanner. Observing how remarkably smooth and soft her father's hands were, Spoonmore began experimenting with leather tanning solutions to create a facial cream. Ash was thoroughly impressed with the cream's quality and effectiveness and had been using it herself for an extended period. Consequently, she acquired the recipe, which ultimately served as the foundation for her new venture. To bring her vision to life, Ash invested her entire life savings of $5,000 to establish a storefront and a small manufacturing facility in Dallas. However, a tragic event occurred just 1 month before the scheduled launch of her new company, Beauty by Mary Kay. Her husband passed away unexpectedly from a heart attack. Both her lawyer and accountant advised her to reconsider her business plans, but Ash chose to defy their counsel. Instead, she turned to her 20-year-old son, Richard Rogers, for assistance. Together, they launched Beauty by Mary Kay on September 13, 1963, with the support of 9 of Ash's friends who served as beauty consultants. Ash's blueprint outlined a genuinely innovative company. It wasn't the inaugural enterprise to market products through door-to-door sales, as she had spent a significant portion of her career selling items directly in people's homes. Furthermore, it wasn't the first beauty products company, as predecessors like Elizabeth Arden, Helena Rubinstein, and Madame C.J. Walker, as well as Avon, had already introduced similar products into the market. However, what set Ash's company apart was its groundbreaking approach that offered women unparalleled prospects for advancement. Ash chose to employ beauty consultants rather than traditional salespeople, tasking them with conducting classes in their clients' homes.
Lack of confidence. So what we try to do is to praise women to success. We find that most women haven't had a round of applause since they graduated from high school and college, and they're anxious, they're hungry for fulfillment, for self-fulfillment. And we give it to them by praising everything they do.
These classes were designed for small groups, typically consisting of 5 or 6 individuals. This format was distinct from the large home parties that characterized her previous sales experience with Stanley Home Products, where gatherings often involved 25 or more people. That's crazy there would be that many people in a house. Ash's reasoning was that women would feel more at ease learning about skincare in the comfort of their homes within a close, tight-knit group of friends. The primary objective for each consultant was to educate clients on proper skincare techniques and how to apply makeup in a way that enhanced their individual appearances. By the conclusion of the first year, Beauty by Mary Kay had achieved noteworthy success, reporting wholesale revenue of $198,000. The enthusiasm of the initial 9 beauty consultants proved contagious, attracting more individuals to join their ranks. Become a beauty consultant, all one required was a refundable startup kit priced at $100 and a strong determination to achieve success. I feel like $100 back in around like 1963 or 4 was a significant amount of money. Beauty consultants enjoyed the autonomy of being their own bosses, allowing them to establish their own objectives and working hours. In the following year, the company's wholesale figures surged to 800,000. The number of beauty consultants expanded to 3,000, and the company underwent a name change, becoming known as Mary Kay Cosmetics. Ash was genuinely dedicated to her employees' success. In contrast to other companies, Mary Kay Cosmetics opted not to establish specific sales territories, since many of the beauty consultants worked on a part-time basis, averaging approximately 9 hours per week. It was common for multiple consultants to operate in the same geographic area. The absence of sales territories meant that Mary Kay's consultants could continue selling their products even if they relocated or went on vacation. To inspire and motivate her sales force, Ash placed no restrictions on their earning potential. Consultants purchased Mary Kay Cosmetics at wholesale prices and had the freedom to set their own retail prices. I feel like now you can't do that, set your own retail, because that'd be weird if one person's charging way more for the same cream and then someone else in the same territory is charging less, so that's kind of weird. Some chose to sell products at twice the wholesale rate. Yeah, that's strange. Ash firmly believed in acknowledging and celebrating her top-performing salespeople. She rewarded consultants with extravagant conventions, during which she bestowed prizes she aptly called Cinderella gifts.
Praise does go a long ways. And of course, you have lots of other incentives that you use, like you mentioned the pink Cadillacs, and they were the first. I guess you got the same color that you use on the bottles because there hadn't been a pink Cadillac up to that time. Do you still use those today?
Yes, we do. We have literally thousands of them now along the nation's highways, and now we have introduced in the past several years the Regal, the Buick Regal, which is step down from the Cadillac, or should we say a step toward the Cadillac. And on the bumper sticker, you will read, "When I grow up, I'm going to be a Cadillac."
Ash ensured that these prizes would be a reflection of the effort put in to Mary Kay, in stark contrast to the underwater flashlight she had received from Stanley Home Products years ago. Beauty consultants had the opportunity to win lavish rewards such as fur coats, diamond jewelry, tropical vacations, and the iconic pink Cadillacs. Over the years, Mary Kay's most prestigious awards included bumblebee-shaped diamond brooches and pink Cadillacs. For Ash, the bumblebee held a profound symbolism, representing the pinnacle of success. She stated in her autobiography, Mary Kay, that the bumblebee's autonomy appeared ill-suited for flight, with seemingly weak wings and a heavy body, giving the impression that it could never take off. However, Ash liked to believe that perhaps, just maybe, the divine creator had whispered, "You can do it," to the bumblebee, and it defied the odds.
Now, on your lapel is a beautiful diamond bumblebee. And I know that this bumblebee is a special symbol to you and to the women that you acknowledge for their outstanding abilities. Tell us about the symbolism.
Well, I'm sure you've read in every airport in America that aerodynamics have proven that the bumblebee's body is too heavy to fly, and the wings are too weak, but the bumblebee doesn't know it, and it goes right on flying. And I thought, that's perfect. That's just exactly the way women are. They just don't know how great they are, and that they really can fly. And so we adopted that as our symbol in very early days. And when a woman in our company reaches the top echelon, the top plateau queen of any of our categories at our annual awards, she's given a diamond bee.
To instill a sense of optimism and motivation among her employees, Ash championed the power of positive thinking and offered personal encouragement to every member of her team. To recognize the exceptional achievements of top performers, she bestowed bumblebee pins as a symbol of their outstanding success. I wonder if they still do the bumblebee pins today. Comment below, I'm curious. Also, let me know in the comments below if you have ever sold Mary Kay. Ash's inspiration for the iconic pink Cadillac stemmed from a completely unrelated incident. While driving her black car, Ash frequently encountered the frustration of being cut off in traffic. One day, exasperated by such an encounter, she impulsively visited her Cadillac dealer and placed an order for a pink Cadillac. She specifically requested the same light pink shade as the lipsticks and eyeshadows sold by her company. Surprisingly, once she began driving this distinctively colored car, she found that she was no longer cut off in traffic. When her sales team inquired about how to obtain one of these eye-catching vehicles, Ash decided to introduce them as rewards for top-earning salespeople. In 1969, the inaugural Mary Kay pink Cadillacs were presented as awards during the company's annual convention. I'm curious, has anyone ever been to these conventions or have gotten a pink Cadillac? I wonder how much you actually have to earn to get one of those. I'm curious. Mary Kay Cosmetics propelled Ash and many of her beauty consultants into the ranks of prosperous and influential businesswomen by the time the feminist movement began gaining momentum in the mid-1960s. Ash shared the feminist belief in the importance of equal treatment for men and women in the workplace. However, she held a distinct perspective on how to achieve such equality. In an interview quoted by American Enterprise, Ash expressed her disagreement with the feminist movement's approach at the time, which she perceived as encouraging women to adopt masculine traits such as short haircuts and men's style clothing, an attempt to emulate men. Ash considered this approach nonsensical and advocated for women to embrace their femininity and strive to look their best. She was dedicated to bolstering women's confidence and business acumen while simultaneously celebrating their beauty. Ashe herself exemplified this philosophy, sporting dyed blonde hair elegantly styled to frame her face. She adorned her facial features with a range of makeup products, enhancing her overall appearance. At work, she wore well-tailored business suits, complemented by substantial jeweled earrings and necklaces, and for gala events, she donned flowing gowns. During the Mary Kay annual conventions, beauty consultants wore different colored suits to signify their status within the company. Pink suits naturally were reserved exclusively for the top-performing sellers. In 1966, Ashe entered into her third marriage with Melville Jerome Ashe. She adopted her husband's surname, although she had already gained national recognition as Mary Kay. The triumph of Mary Kay Cosmetics persisted. In 1968, the company went public, offering shares on the New York Stock Exchange. Stock prices experienced a remarkable surge of 670% during the 1970s and 80s, solidifying Mary Kay's status as the largest direct sales cosmetic company in the United States. A significant milestone was reached in 1979 when the first Mary Kay beauty consultant earned commissions exceeding $1 million. Following the publication of her autobiography, interest in her company and her distinctive management approach grew substantially. Prior to the 1960s, societal fashion norms for women were notably distinct from those of men. During World War II, women faced the challenge of preserving a feminine appearance despite limited resources. Rationing during the war constrained the availability of fabric for making dresses, and silk stockings were a rarity due to the fabric's allocation for parachute production. After the war, French designer Christian Dior introduced the new look in 1947, which established a highly feminine ideal of beauty. Women eagerly embraced this standard, often using corsets to cinch their waistlines and create a hourglass figure. The tightly corseted waist stood in stark contrast to the large, flowing skirts of the new look. Complementing these ensembles, women adopted stiff hairstyles, heavy makeup, pantyhose, and high-heeled shoes. Mary Kay Ashe wholeheartedly embraced this feminine aesthetic and took pleasure in the ornamental aspects of such styles. She never viewed wearing makeup, styling her hair, or wearing high heels as impediments to being a powerful and confident woman. In fact, she found joy in all forms of adornment. During the 1960s, the emerging feminist movement organized to advocate for equal rights for women. As this movement gained traction, women began to scrutinize the prevailing norms of femininity. Some feminist activists contended that the conventional feminine beauty standards established in the prior decade were detrimental to women, as they perpetrated inequality by objectifying women as objects of desire for men. They argued that elements like makeup, shaved legs, plucked eyebrows, meticulously styled hair, high-heeled shoes, and nylons serve to reinforce women's subordinate status in society. In response, these feminists rejected the traditional conventions of feminine beauty, opting instead for natural, unadorned faces, shorter or more relaxed hairstyles, and attire that leaned towards the masculine, such as pants and simple shirts. The ongoing debate regarding the ideal appearance for a woman still persists. Nonetheless, this discourse paved the way for women to make choices that suited their personal preferences. By the conclusion of the 1960s, the criteria for female beauty had evolved significantly, becoming highly diverse and rooted in individual taste. Women were free to embrace heavy makeup, elaborate clothing, and meticulously styled hair, just as it was equally acceptable for them to opt for no makeup, jeans, and a simple t-shirt. Additionally, fashion designers introduced unisex styles and could be worn by both men and women, and a trend that persisted into the early 2000s and even today. In 1981, Ashe's first book, and later her second book, Mary Kay on People Management, published in 1984, achieved bestseller status. as an increasing number of job opportunities became accessible to women. During the 70s and 80s, sales of Mary Kay Cosmetics stabilized. In order to redirect the company toward growth, Ash and her family reacquired the business in 1985 for $450 million. Through their efforts, the family successfully transformed the company into a global powerhouse. In 1987, Ash's son took over leadership, but Mary Kay remained actively involved in the company until her passing on November 22, 2001. By 2003, Mary Kay Cosmetics boasted a network of over 1 million consultants selling a diverse range of more than 200 products across 30 countries worldwide. The company had achieved wholesale revenue of $1.8 billion, with over 200 beauty consultants earning commissions exceeding $1 million. Ash once conveyed to Sales and Marketing Management in 1994 that their most significant legacy was the creation of a thriving community of children who grew up believing they could accomplish anything in the world because they had witnessed their mothers achieving it. I've actually never tried Mary Kay Cosmetics. I bought one of the deep moisturizing creams. I think I got it on Amazon. It's like a light pink color. It looks vintage. I'm not sure how long this product has been around, but I thought I wanted to try one of the products. I feel like it was definitely more popular in the United States than Canada. I am curious about the Time Wise skincare set. Looks like they just launched it again. I've just never tried the product. I always get curious. I love trying new cosmetics. So let me know in the comments below. Do you like Mary Kay Cosmetics? Are they worth it? The prices seem relatively affordable. I'm not sure what type of discount you would get if you signed up as a rep. So obviously, there has been a lot of controversy with Mary Kay. A lot of people saying that it's a pyramid scheme and that it's really hard to make money. I mean, I personally have joined so many MLMs throughout my life. I get sucked in easy and excited to try new products. My expectations were quite low signing up for them, and I never really tried very hard to actually make a lot of money, but I could see how it would be easy to get sucked in. So the company's wholesale business model incentivizes its sales team to purchase the products they subsequently market to customers. According to Mary Kay's consultants, the financial gains from this investment are usually quite modest, falling considerably short of the substantial income the company aims to portray for women who promote its products. Despite Mary Kay's reported annual sales of approximately $3 billion, many of its sales representatives find themselves in financial difficulties, left with unsold inventory such as lipsticks, facial creams, and other products. Only a few employees manage to generate profits, while the majority do not. I feel like now I looked that you can sell a lot of the stuff online, so I think it would be troublesome if you actually have to carry the inventory. Like I would personally would only order it if someone placed an order. But yeah, if you have to like bulk purchase a whole ton of inventory for like home parties and stuff, I guess I could see how that would be a lot of investment, especially if you couldn't sell it. A business where only a privileged few achieve substantial earnings, while others essentially pay to be part of it, closely resembles a pyramid scheme. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, makes a distinction between recruiting individuals to sell a legitimate product, which is lawful, and solely profiting from participation fees, which is not. The definition of what constitutes a fee is somewhat ambiguous, but the FTC has accused certain MLM marketing companies of operating pyramid schemes. On Pink Truth online forums, critics recount stories of how involvement with Mary Kay has led to divorces and financial hardships, creating a situation akin to a form of psychological distress. Members grapple with the realization of how they were swayed by the company's deceptive marketing tactics, even though many of them continue to defend their specific recruiter or sales director as an exception to the rule. Mary Kay employs strong feminist language promoting the idea of having it all and girl empowerment to influence women into purchasing their products. However, the promised business opportunities seldom turn out as expected. The company effectively taps into many women's concerns, such as the fear of not being able to balance successful careers with being great wives and mothers, or the lack of workplace flexibility in the American job market. Mary Kay assures them that it holds the solutions, but in reality, it falls short. Out of the 600,000 Mary Kay representatives, only about 300 managed to earn six-figure income, and achieving this requires them to work exceptionally long hours. The company's founder, Mary Kay Ash, was acutely aware of the frustrations women faced in the 1960s, primarily stemming from the gender inequality that left them reliant on their husband's income and hindered their progress in the workplace. However, she recognized that a substantial portion of women were not embracing the radical feminist movement advocated, for instance, by Betty Friedan in The Feminine Mystique. In many respects, not much has changed since then. What has evolved is the fact that we now have an unemployment rate of 8.3%, with male-dominated industries experiencing disproportionately high number of layoffs during the economic downturn, while female-dominated sectors continue to underpay their employees. Women still understandably seek careers that provide both personal fulfillment and flexibility. This is why direct sales, and specifically Mary Kay, are currently seeing a surge in recruitment. Engaging in direct sales often involves simply making a product purchase on a credit card, and just like that, one is considered employed. Let me know in the comments below if you've sold Mary Kay in the past. Have you tried their products? I'm really curious. I still am kind of fixating on the skincare time-wise set. I've had other people say that it's nothing special. I just get curious. I kind of like the vintage aspect of it and the pink packaging. I'm excited to try that cream. Hopefully it won't make me break out. I might use it as like a slugging technique at nighttime. It feels quite heavy. It does have parabens in it, which I don't like, but I do like the idea that it's vintage again and pink. Let me know in the comments below. Have you tried the Time-Wise set? Have you tried any other Mary Kay products? Have you had success selling Mary Kay? Do you have bad stories selling it? Did you lose a lot of money? Let me know in the comments below, and also let me know if you want me to do any other videos like this. I already have an Avon one, but let me know in the comments below. All right, see you guys again soon, and don't forget to check out my Avon one.